Welcome back to Tungal College online classes. Hello students, how are you all? In last class you learned construction of Daniell cell. Daniell cell is an example of a galvanic cell. The today's topic is a representation of a galvanic cell. In that point number 1, galvanic cell is represented by writing anode is on left hand side and cathode is on right hand side. This is the point number 1. Point number 2, the galvanic cell is represented by putting a vertical line between electrode and electrolyte and putting double vertical line between two electrolytes connected by a salt bridge. This is the point number 2. Point number 3, the molar concentration of solution is written in a bracket after the formula of ion. This is the point number 3. What is the meaning of these 3 points? Let us understand by taking a construction of Daniell cell. So I already wrote the construction of Daniell cell on the board. The Daniell cell contains two half cells. One is oxidation half cell and the second is reduction half cell. In one half cell, zinc rod is dipped in a zinc sulfate solution. Zinc rod can act as electrode, zinc sulfate is electrolyte. In another half cell, copper rod is dipped in a copper sulfate solution. The copper rod is electrode and the copper sulfate is electrolyte. These two half cells connected externally by a wire, nothing but these two half cells, nothing but electrodes we have taken, zinc electrode as well as copper electrode. These two electrodes connected externally by a wire through voltmeter and switch. And another point is these two half cells, that means electrolytes, so zinc sulfate as well as copper sulfate, these two electrolytes connected internally through a salt bridge. So this is the construction of Daniell cell. Now let us look at the reactions in oxidation half cell as well as reduction half cell. So this is the point we required to write the representation of a galvanic cell. So reaction at anode. Here zinc is undergoing oxidation. That means zinc lost electrons converting into Zn plus 2 plus 2 electrons. This zinc rod converting into Zn plus 2 plus 2 electrons. So this zinc is entering into the solution Zn plus 2. Zinc is converting into Zn plus 2 is leaving 2 electrons. Because of these 2 electrons, the zinc rod will get a negative charge with respect to solution. Solution has positive because Zn is entering into the solution. Solution is positive and zinc rod we can take as a negative. So zinc rod is negative with respect to the solution, so that we are taking anode is a negative charge where oxidation is taking place. And what is electrons is lost by this zinc is taken by the copper. This copper is in solution, copper plus 2 in solution, take 2 electrons depositing upon the copper rod, like here, it will deposit here. So reaction at cathode. Now at cathode. So what is the reaction we have right now? We are taking copper plus 2 ion from solution. This is from aqueous solution. This is solid, this is aqueous. This copper plus 2 take 2 electrons converting into copper. This is solid. So cell reaction, we required a overall reaction, nothing but cell reaction. Overall reaction. Or we have to call it as a cell reaction or cell reaction. So here 2 electrons will get cancelled. Then what will get is a zinc solid plus copper plus 2 aqueous state gives rise to Zn plus 2. This is what? Aqueous, Zn plus 2 aqueous. Remaining what we have is copper. So this is the net reaction or overall reaction, is also called as a cell reaction. So this is the reaction we required. In this case what happened? Zinc is losing electron converting to Zn plus 2. These 2 electrons will come to the copper rod. From the copper rod, this copper plus 2 ions present in the solution take 2 electrons converting into copper. Now take this equation here to represent how to represent this galvanic cell by taking this equation. By taking alone this equation, we can represent this galvanic cell, nothing but a Daniell cell. I am taking that equation Zn solid plus what we have is copper plus 2. Copper plus 2, this is in aqueous solution, gives rise to what we have is Zn plus 2. This is in aqueous solution. Plus what next we have? Copper solid. This is solid form. Copper solid. So we are taking this equation. So we have to represent this cell by taking this equation. So while representing the galvanic cell, first what we have to take is anode we have to take on the left hand side, cathode we have to take on the right hand side. So in this case we have to identify which is undergoing oxidation, that is anode, which is undergoing reduction, that is cathode. So Zn elemental state oxidation number is what we can take 0. Here Zn plus 2 oxidation number already I wrote, charge present upon it is Zn plus 2. So 0, 2 plus 2. 0, 2 plus 2 is nothing but what? Increase in oxidation number. Number is 0, 2 plus 2 number is increased. Increase in oxidation number is called as oxidation. So where the oxidation is taking place, it can act as anode. Simply how do you find the anode is where oxidation is taking place. 0, 2 plus 2 oxidation is taking place here. This is it will take as anode. And where the reduction is taking place, that we have to take as a cathode. Then copper is in the form of what? Plus 2 charge. Here copper is in the form of what? Elemental state. Elemental state oxidation number will be taken as 0. So plus 2 to 0. So decrease in number. Decrease plus 2 to 0 in the sense number is decrease. Decrease in oxidation number is called as a reduction. So this is a reduction. Where the reduction is taking place, that half cell we have to take as a cathode. This one you can take it as a cathode. Where the reduction is taking place, that half cell you can take as a cathode, and where oxidation is taking place, that half cell you can take as an anode. So this is the identification of anode and cathode. Now, so first point, what is the first point? While representing galvanic cell is represented by writing anode is on left hand side, cathode is on right hand side. So I am writing first anode, which one? Zn plus 2. I am writing first anode. Anode is on left hand side, cathode is on right hand side. So what is anode? Zn and Zn plus 2. Zn and we have to write Zn plus 2. Clear? But this is what? This is electrode. This is what? Electrolyte. Electrode and electrolyte. Electrode and electrolyte is separated by between the electrode and electrolyte we have to put a vertical line. So between electrode and electrolyte we have to put vertical line. So in the case of cathode, so copper is electrode and copper sulfate is electrolyte, that means Cu plus 2. Between electrode and electrolyte we have to again put a vertical line. So here is Cu plus 2 we are taking. Cu plus 2 converting into what? Cu. Zn is converting into Zn plus 2. Zn by Zn plus 2. Cu plus 2 converting into Cu. Then first we have to take Cu plus 2 converting into what? Cu. This is a reaction taking place at anode. That means electrode, electrolyte and electrode. And electrolyte both are separated by a vertical line. So this is the anode and this is the cathode. And these two half cells connected by whom? Salt bridge. Whenever the salt bridge will be there, we have to keep a double vertical line. This double vertical line indicates that salt bridge. This double vertical lines indicates that salt bridge. Next point is whenever the concentration of solutions is given, molar concentration of solution, we have to write in a bracket. Suppose I am taking concentration of the solution is 1 m. 1 molar concentration. Even I am taking the concentration of this solution is 1 molar. Concentration of zinc sulfate and concentration of copper sulfate is 1 molar, both the cases. Then we have to, you can take different also concentration, we can change here. You can take 0.1, 0.01, etc. So we can change the concentrations. For understanding purpose, I am taking here is the concentration of this solution is 1 molar. Concentration of this solution also I am taking as a 1 molar. So we have to write concentration of solution in a bracket after the formula of ion. Here also, this is the aqueous form. Here we have to write the concentration of ion, 1 molar. This is a representation of a galvanic cell. So first point is what? Galvanic cell is represented by writing anode is on left hand side, cathode is on right hand side. That is the point number 1. Next point, galvanic cell is represented by putting a vertical line, between electrode and electrolyte. This electrode and electrolyte, between these two we are putting vertical line. Here also between this electrode and this electrolyte we are putting vertical line. So this is the point number 2. And in this one more is the point is there, that one is if two half cells are connected by a salt bridge. If two half cells are connected by a salt bridge, we have to put a double vertical line. This double vertical line indicates that two half cells, nothing but electrolytes are connected by a salt bridge. Electrolytes are connected by a salt bridge. And after writing this next concentration of ions, we have to write in a bracket after the formula of ion. Formula of ion is Zn plus 2. After that we have to write concentration of ion in a concentration of the solution in a bracket. This is the representation of a galvanic cell. Let us take one more example for better understanding. I am taking another example. Mg plus Cu plus 2 gives rise to Mg plus 2, this is an aqueous, plus Cu, this is solid. This is solid, this is an aqueous. So this is the cell reaction is given. So for this cell reaction we have to write a representation of a galvanic cell. Then first we have to identify a anode as well as cathode in this cell reaction. So where the oxidation is taking place, that we have to take as anode. Here is a magnesium elemental state, oxidation number is 0. Here magnesium is what? Plus 2 oxidation number. So 0 to plus 2. Number is increased. 0 to plus 2. Number is increased. Increase in number is called as oxidation. Increase in oxidation number is called as oxidation. This can act as anode. Then copper plus 2. Copper is in the form of plus 2. Copper is here is 0. Elemental state is 0. Then plus 2 to 0. Plus 2 to 0 in sense number is decreased. Decrease in number is called as reduction. In galvanic cell where the reduction is taking place, that electrode can act as a cathode. So where the oxidation is taking place, that electrode can act as a anode. Where the reduction is taking place, that electrode can act as a cathode. So we identify our anode as well as a cathode. So what the next thing is, we have to write a anode on left hand side, anode at the left hand side, cathode at the right hand side. We wrote anode on left hand side, cathode on right hand side. Then we have to write equation Mg converting into Mg plus 2. So Mg converting into Mg plus 2. Mg converting into Mg plus 2. So this is electrode, this is what? Electrolyte. Electrode is dipped in a electrolytic solution. So between electrode and electrolyte, we have to keep one vertical line. So this is copper plus 2 converting into copper. Copper plus 2 converting into copper. So this is electrolyte, this is electrode. Between electrolyte and electrode, we have to keep one vertical line. So this is anode, this is the cathode, this is one half cell, this is another half cell. These two half cells are connected by a salt bridge. We have to keep double vertical line. This double vertical line indicates what? Salt bridge. So this is one half cell, oxidation of cell, this is a reduction of cell. In oxidation of cell there is anode, this is a cathode. So these two half cells are connected by a salt bridge. The salt bridge is represented by double vertical line. This double vertical line indicates a salt bridge. Next what we have to take is a concentration of ions. Suppose the concentration of ion is mentioned. Suppose I am taking, here is understanding purpose 0.01 concentration. Concentration of ion is 0.01. Suppose this concentration is 0.0001. Imagine 0.0001. Then how to write this concentration is in bracket 0.01. The concentration of solution written in a bracket after the formula of ion. Here also concentration of this U plus 10. What I have given? 0.0001. 0.0001. Concentration of solution written in a bracket after the formula of ion. So this is a representation of a galvanic cell. Next topic is electrode potentials. Electrode potential is defined as the potential difference developed between electrode and electrolyte is called as electrode potential. In Daniell cell, there are two half cells. One is oxidation half cell and the second one is reduction half cell. In oxidation half cell, zinc rod is dipped in a zinc sulfate solution. So zinc rod can act as electrode, zinc sulfate is electrolyte. Between electrode and electrolyte, the potential difference is developed. Between electrode and electrolyte, potential difference is developed. The potential difference between electrode and electrolyte is called as electrode potential. Even you can take another half cell, reduction half cell. In reduction half cell, copper rod. Copper rod is dipped in a copper sulfate solution. Copper rod dipped in copper sulfate solution. So this copper rod can act as electrode. Copper sulfate is a electrolyte. So between the electrode and electrolyte, between this electrode and electrolyte, the potential difference is developed. The potential difference developed between electrode and electrolyte is called as electrode potential. Now let us read the definition. Definition of electrode potential. The potential difference develops between electrode and electrolyte. Electrode and electrolyte is called electrode potential. Is called electrode potential. Is called electrode potential. Here, if you take the concentration of electrolyte is 1 molar. If you take the concentration of this electrolyte is 1 molar, nothing but 1 unit concentration. If the concentration of this electrolyte is 1 molar, nothing but 1 unit concentration. The potential difference developed between electrode and electrolyte of a unit concentration, nothing but 1 molar, is called as a standard electrode potential. The standard electrode potential, nothing but the potential difference developed between electrode and electrolyte. The electrolyte concentration must be 1 molar, nothing but 1 unit concentration. Here also we are taking 1 molar and the pressure is 1 mole. We are calling it as a standard electrode potential. Now let us write the definition of standard electrode potential. The potential difference develops between electrode and electrolyte of unit concentration or 1 molar concentration is called as a standard electrode potential. The potential difference developed between electrode and electrolyte of unit concentration or 1 molar concentration. One molar concentration is called as a standard electrode potential. Is called as a standard electrode potential. Electrode potentials are two types. They are, the first one is oxidation potential and the second one is reduction potential. Now let us discuss one by one in detail. First, to discuss the oxidation potential, I am taking oxidation half cell. In oxidation half cell, oxidation will be taking place. Here, zinc rod is dipped in zinc sulfate solution. Zn is converted into Zn plus 2 plus 2 electrons. Zinc rod converting into Zn plus 2 plus 2 electrons. This zinc rod converting into Zn plus 2, this zinc enter into the solution in the form of Zn plus 2 ions. These electrons in the zinc rod. So these electrons lives in the zinc rod. These electrons make zinc rod is negative with respect to the solution. So that this anode is a negative charge. Anode is a negative charge because of zinc is losing electron, These electrons remains in the electrode. As a result, this rod will be, zinc rod is negative with respect to the solution. Why the solution is positive? Because Zn enter in the solution in the form of Zn plus 2. So between Zn plus 2 and Zn plus 2 is the solution is positive charge, zinc rod is negative charge. So between this negative charged electrode and this electrolyte, the potential difference is developed. That potential calling as oxidation potential. I am writing oxidation potential. We have to call it as oxidation potential. So what is oxidation potential? So here is zinc is undergoing oxidation. It losing 2 electrons, zinc is losing 2 electrons, the Zn is entering into the solution. Because of Zn entering solution, solution will become positive charge, and these electrons leaves in the electrode. As a result, electrode is negative charge with respect to the solution. Between this zinc electrode and electrolyte potential is the potential difference is developed. This potential calling as oxidation potential. Why do we call oxidation? Because zinc is undergoing oxidation. So zinc Zn is 0. Here is plus 2. So 0 to plus nothing but increase in oxidation number. Increase in oxidation number is called as oxidation. So here is oxidation is taking place. The potential difference between these two electrodes we are calling as electrode and electrolyte is called as oxidation potential. This oxidation potential we can represent by taking a half cell. E represent electrode potential of this half cell. I am taking E. This E meaning is electrode potential of this half cell. Here is zinc is converting into Zn plus 2. Zinc is converting into Zn plus 2. So the oxidation potential can be shown by E Zn by Zn plus 2. If you take apart from this zinc, if you take any other element, so other element we can show the oxidation potential as E m by m plus n. So here m represent any metal. You can take here m plus n represent number of electrons that may be lost, 1 electron, 2 electrons or 3 electrons. M by m plus represent remaining same. So zinc is converting into Zn plus 2 oxidation. Here also metal is converting into ionic form, metal positive charge. So here is metal is losing electron converting into m plus n. This is also nothing but oxidation. If we take the standard oxidation potential, if we take the standard condition, we can take E. Standard condition you can take 0, you can keep, otherwise you can keep symbol. This is the standard condition. Then Zn by Zn plus 2. We can represent like this also, E naught. E naught also meaning is a standard condition. So here also the standard condition as E m by m plus n. So these are the oxidation potentials. So these are the standard oxidation potentials. Standard oxidation potential. These are the standard oxidation potential. Concentration of the solution is 1 molar. In that case, we are taking a standard oxidation potential. The second one is reduction potentials. Reduction potential. So to describe the reduction potential, we have to take a reduction half cell. Reduction half cell. Reduction half cell. In reduction half cell, here is copper is taking 2 electrons. Copper is taking 2 electrons from the, here is electrons flow. So this electrons is taken by the copper. Copper plus 2 ion present in the solution. This copper plus 2 ion depositing upon the electrode. The copper plus 2 ion depositing on the electrode in the form of copper. Then it will take 2 electrons, gives rise to copper. So here is copper plus 2 to copper, plus 2 to 0, in a sense this is what? Reduction. The potential difference developed between electrode and electrolyte is called as the potential difference developed between electron and electrolyte is called electrode potential. That here is reduction is happening, so that we are calling it as a reduction potential. So here is a copper rod will get a positive charge. Because if you take the solution Cu plus 2 SO4 minus, this is distributed into Cu plus 2 SO4 minus 2. So copper rod is positive with respect to the solution. Copper plus 2 depositing upon the electrode, as a result it leaving a SO4 minus ions in the solution. So this solution has a negative charge and the electrode is a positive charge with respect to the solution. So this we are taking as a cathode. This we are taking it as a cathode. Now let us write the equation relating to it. I am taking E represent a reduction potential of this half cell, and what is happening? Cu plus 2 converting into Cu. Cu plus 2 converting into Cu. This is reduction potential representation. So Cu plus 2 to Cu, number is plus 2 to 0. That means reduction is taking place. You can take another, if apart from the copper, if you take any other element, in such case we can show the reduction potential as E m plus n by m. So this m plus n represents number of electrons, that may be 1 electron, 2 electron, 3 electron and so on. So m plus n, m is converting, m plus n converting into m, this is a reduction is going on. If we take the standard condition in the sense is standard condition Cu plus 2 by Cu. If you take any other metal, M plus N by M. This is also a standard condition, or you can take E naught also. So this meaning is the concentration of this electrolyte is 1 molar. If the concentration of electrolyte is 1 molar, the potential difference developed between electrolyte and electrolyte is called as a standard reduction potential, if the reduction is happening here. So here is oxidation happening, this is the reduction happening. This potential calling as oxidation potential is shown by the E Zn by Zn plus 2. This is reduction potential is shown by the Cu plus 2 by Cu. I already said in representation of galvanic cell, electrolyte and electrode will be supported by one vertical line. Here also this is electrode, this is electrolyte, both are supported by vertical line. So this is the electrode potential. Electrode potential is defined as the potential difference developed between electrode and electrolyte is called as electrode potential. And the potential difference developed between electrode and electrolyte of unit concentration, nothing but 1 molar concentration, is called as standard electrode potentials. Next topic is cell potential. The cell potential is defined as the potential difference developed between two electrodes of a galvanic cell is called as a cell potential. This is a Daniell cell. Daniell cell is an example of a galvanic cell. It has two half cells. One is oxidation half cell and the second one is a reduction half cell. In one half cell, zinc rod is dipped in zinc sulfate solution. So this zinc rod is an electrode. This is an electrode. Here is a copper rod dipped in a copper sulfate solution. Copper rod dipped in copper sulfate solution. Here copper rod is an electrode. So the potential difference developed between zinc electrode and copper electrode. The potential difference developed between two electrodes of a galvanic cell. The potential difference developed between two electrodes of a galvanic cell is called as a cell potential. Is called a cell potential. The cell potential also called as electromotive force of the cell when no current is drawn through the cell. When no current is drawn through the cell potential is also called as electromotive force, EMF. Now let us read the definition of cell potential. The potential difference develops between the potential difference develops between two electrodes. We are taking anode as well as a cathode. So potential difference develops between anode and cathode, nothing but two electrodes. The potential difference develops between two electrodes of galvanic cell. Is called cell potential. Is called cell potential, and it is also called that means cell potential is also called electromotive force. Electromotive force, EMF. Electromotive force of cell when no current is drawn. No current is drawn through the cell. So this is the definition of cell potential. So one common difference we have to identify electrode potential and cell potential. Electrode potential meaning is what? Potential difference developed between electrode and electrolyte. Here also electrode potential meaning is potential difference developed between electrode and electrolyte. So electrode potential is the potential difference developed between electrode and electrolyte. But in the case of cell potential, it is the potential difference developed between two half cells. Previous case electrode electrolyte, but a cell potential case we are taking two half cells. The potential difference developed between two half cells, nothing but the potential difference developed between electrodes of two half cells. The potential difference developed between electrodes of a galvanic cell is called as a cell potential. So this is the definition of cell potential. cell potential or EMF measured in volts. EMF is measured in volts. EMF is measured in volts, and EMF is positive, the cell reaction occur. If EMF is negative, cell reaction does not occur. EMF is positive, EMF is positive. After calculation, if you get EMF is positive, cell reaction can occur. EMF positive, reaction can occur. Reaction can take place. If you get EMF is negative value, if you got EMF value is negative, reaction, that means cell reaction, does not occur. Does not occur. That means reaction do not takes place. EMF is positive, reaction can take place. EMF is negative, that reaction does not take place. Reaction cannot occur in a cell. Now we have to derive the formula to find out calculate the EMF of cell. The EMF of cell can be calculated by taking the reduction half cell on right hand side minus the potential of half cell on right hand minus the potential of half cell on left hand side. What is my point is E cell formula. E cell is equal to potential of half cell on right hand side. This is the right hand side, this potential we have taken. So what is that I am taking as E right, the potential of half cell on right hand side minus the potential of half cell on left hand side. What we have, this is left hand side, the potential of half cell on left hand side. So this is the formula we have to use to calculate EMF of a cell. E cell is equal to E cell is equal to the potential of half cell on right minus potential of half cell on right minus potential of half cell on left hand side. We can write in another way this formula as E cell is equal to right side. What is happening here on right side? This is nothing but a reduction half cell. Here is reduction is going on. So left hand side, what is happening? Here is oxidation is happening. So we can write E right hand side, nothing but what? Reduction. Right hand side E reduction. And the left hand side, what is happening? In this case, what is happening? Oxidation. So E oxidation. Like this also we can take. So this formula also we can use to calculate the E reduction minus E oxidation. Otherwise, you can use another formula, E cell. All meanings are same. So E right meaning is right this one, left this one. Here is reduction is taking place, here is oxidation taking place. This is nothing but what? Cathode. This is nothing but what? Anode. By taking electrodes, cathode, anode. E cathode minus E anode. E cathode minus E anode. Even we can use this formula also to calculate the cell potential. All meanings are same. What I did is E cell is equal to E right hand minus left hand. E right hand minus E left hand. Right hand what we have is what is reaction taking place? Reduction. This is reduction, this is oxidation. So right is reduction, left is oxidation. Otherwise you can take right hand side what we have is cathode, left hand side what we have is anode. So E cathode minus E anode. So these are the formulas we have to use to calculate the cell potential. This is the formula. These are the formulas we have to use to calculate the cell potential. Now let us discuss some problems based on cell potential. Next topic, problems based on cell potential. In that problem number 1, consider the reaction Zn plus Cu plus 2 gives rise to Zn plus 2 plus Cu. So this is a cell reaction. Cell reaction is given to us. And one more data is given, stranded electrode potential. The stranded electrode potential also called as a stranded reduction potential. The stranded reduction potential is taken as a stranded electrode potential. So the stranded reduction potential of zinc is given as a minus 0.76 volts. And the stranded reduction potential of copper is given as a 0.34 also. The stranded electrode potentials is given, and what he is asking is calculate the EMF of the cell, and the second one is write the cell reaction. So first take the formula calculation of EMF. So what is the formula for first question answer? What is the formula for EMF? EMF nothing but E cell. E cell is equal to E right minus E left. E right minus E left. So right is nothing but what we have taken. This is right is cathode, left is anode. In these two cases, which is cathode, which is anode, that one we have to identify. So here is zinc is oxidation number is 0 and zinc is undergoing +2. So 0 to +2, here is what is happening, oxidation. Oxidation nothing but this will be taken as anode, isn't it? Here is this we have to take as anode. So here copper is +2 oxidation number. Here is copper is 0. So +2 to 0. Here is what is happening. Decrease in oxidation number is reduction. Reduction in the sense what we have taken this one, cathode. So by this case, zinc we have here is we have take as anode. This copper we have take as a cathode. This is one method of identification. Where is oxidation is taking place? Where is reduction is taking? How do you identify the anode and cathode? Where is oxidation is taking place? That will be have taken as a anode. Where is the reduction is taking place in our cell? That we have taken as a cathode. Oxidation is anode, reduction is cathode. And directly you can identify without knowing oxidation reduction. By looking at these two values, we are able to identify. So the electrode which have the lowest value of stranded electrode potential, that can act as anode. So this is minus 0.76 volts. Otherwise you can take in another ways the electrode which has a highest value of stranded electrode potential. In these two cases, which is the highest value? 0.34. Highest value is cathode. Highest value is cathode, lowest value is anode. This is the simplest way to identify which is anode and which is cathode. So how to identify? By looking at these values, the stranded electrode potential, which electrode has the highest value of stranded electrode potential, this value that we have take as a cathode, and the electrode which have the lowest value of stranded electrode potential, nothing but reduction potential, that will be taken as a anode. This anyway we will get anode and cathode. Now E right minus E left. So we can take another formula. E cell is equal to E, this is nothing but what? Cathode. E cathode minus E anode, isn't it? E cathode minus E anode. That is equal to E cathode. What is the formula? Cathode value is how much? 0.34 volts. 0.34 volts. Minus anode value is how much? Minus 0.76. Minus 0.76 volts, isn't it? Then upon simplification you get 1.1 volts. So this is the EMF of this cell. EMF of this cell is nothing but E cell is equal to 1.1 volts. What is the formula? E cathode minus E anode. This is the first question answer. And we have the second question. What is the second question? Write the cell reaction. So how do you write the cell reaction? While writing the cell reaction, anode we have to write on the left hand side, and anode we have to write on the left hand side, cathode we have to write on the right hand side. So first I am writing anode, this one. So the second question answer. So how do you write the cell reaction representation? So Zn by Zn plus 2. So electrode and electrolyte. Electrode and electrolyte is separated by the one vertical line, and this is salt bridge. Then we have to write Cu plus 2. Cu plus 2 converting into Cu. Cu plus 2 Cu. So this electrode and this electrolyte is separated by one vertical line. So electrode and electrolyte is separated by vertical line, and electrode and electrolyte is separated by vertical line. These two half cells are separated by a salt bridge. This is what? Salt bridge. So this is the solution for this problem. Now coming to this problem. Consider the cell reaction. Cu plus 2 Ag plus Q raised to Cu plus 2 plus 2 Ag. And here also the stranded electrode potential, nothing but reduction potentials is given. The stranded electrode potentials are nothing but stranded reduction potential. The stranded reduction potential also called as a stranded electrode potential. Then what is the question is asking is EMF of cell is asking. So what is the formula to calculate the EMF of cell? First problem answer. EMF of cell. So what is the formula? E cell is equal to E right minus E left. Right, I am taking E cathode minus E anode. E cathode minus E anode, nothing but E right minus E left. In these two, which is cathode, which is anode, that one we have to identify. Which is the cathode, which is anode. How do I identify? So by taking this one. So here is copper is 0 and here is copper is what? Plus 2. So 0 to plus 2. 0 to plus 2 in the sense we can take it as oxidation. Where the oxidation is taking place, that we can act as anode. That can act as anode. So here is silver is what? 0. Silver is plus 1. Plus 1. Plus 1 to silver converting into what? 0. Plus 1 to 0. Number is decreased. So decrease in number is nothing but what? Reduction. Decrease in oxidation number is called as reduction. Here is what is happening. What is electrode? We have to take this one. Cathode. So we identified. Otherwise, here is copper is anode, silver is cathode. Otherwise, in simplest way, how to identify? Check these two values. Highest value, highest strand electrode potential is cathode, which is, this is 0.34, this is 0.8, which is higher value 0.8. So this one is cathode. Higher value we have to take as a cathode, lower value we have to take as a anode. Lower standard electrode potential, reduction potential we have to take. The lower reduction potential is anode, higher reduction potential is cathode. Clear? Then write the values. So what here is cathode, how much we have? 0.8. 0.80 minus 0.34. 0.34 volts. 0.34 volts. That is equal to 0.46 volts. So this is the EMF of this cell. Second problem, second question. What we have? Write the cell reaction. How to write the cell reaction now? First we have to write anode is on left hand side, cathode is on right hand side. So first I am writing anode. Here I am writing cathode. So what is anode? Cu plus converting into Cu plus 2. Cu converting into Cu plus 2. Isn't it? So electrode and electrolyte be separated by putting one vertical line. Between the electrode and electrolyte we have to put one vertical line. And anode, Ag plus converting into Ag. Ag plus converting into Ag. This is a cathode. These two half cells are separated by a salt bridge. This is salt bridge. So this is a problem number 2. This is the method to solve the problems based on cell potential. Next problem. Consider a cell reaction. Mg plus 2Ag plus gives rise to Mg plus 2 plus 2Ag. Cell reaction is given to us. And one more data is given, stranded electrode potentials of magnesium and silver electrode is given. They are nothing but stranded reduction potentials. So the standard reduction potential of magnesium is minus 2.36 volts. The standard electrode potential of silver is plus 0.80 volts. The standard electrode potentials are given. And what is asking is calculate EMF of the cell. Calculate EMF of the cell. Then what is the formula? E cell is equal to E right minus E left, or you can use E cathode minus E anode, E cell, or we can use one more formula, E reduction minus E oxidation. So first, which is anode, which is cathode, we have to identify. So I already said the one short method, how do we identify the cathode and anode? Highest stranded electrode potentials, highest value of stranded electrode potentials, so we have to take that electrode as a cathode. Compare these two, minus 2.36 plus 0.8. This is the highest value. The highest value we have to take as a cathode, and the lowest value we have to take as anode. So this is anode, this is the cathode. Then substitute the values in a given formula. Then what is the cathode value? 0.80 volts. And what is the anode value? Minus 2.36 volts. So upon simplification get 3.16 volts. So this is E cell of this reaction, this equation, for this equation. Then take another problem. Consider a cell reaction Na plus 2 Ag plus gives rise to Na plus 2 plus 2 Ag. And one more data is given, stranded electrode potentials. Nothing but standard reduction potentials are given. And the standard electrode potential of nickel is minus 0.25 volts, and the standard electrode potential of silver is given 0.80 volts. Then what we have to do is calculate the EMF of the cell. Then what is the formula? E cell. E cell is equal to, directly I am taking E cathode minus E anode. E cathode minus E anode, isn't it? Then substitute the values. Cathode value how much? 0.80 volts. Minus anode value is how much? Minus 0.25 volts. Upon simplification, what will get? 1.05 volts. This is the A cell. So this is the method to calculate E cell of or electromotive force of a cell. Next class I will come out with another continuation topic.